Hello everyone and welcome to Project 1 in PowerPoint. Yes, we have hit PowerPoint. Everybody should be happy about that. We are done with Excel. So we're going to move on to PowerPoint here and looking through your initial presentations about your favorite animal. I think many of you have a good grasp on PowerPoint, but we are still going to go through the basics for those people that may not be as sharp as others in class. So, first off, when you first open PowerPoint, a lot of the things are the same as they are for Microsoft Word and Excel. If you look on top over on the left-hand side, you will see your quick access toolbar. You click the drop down arrow there and you get the same options: new open save email, quick print, all that good stuff. So you can set that as you deem fit. Then to the right of that, right in the center of the screen, it'll say Presentation 1 Microsoft PowerPoint. The Presentation 1 will change once you save your presentation the first time, because this is your file name. And then you have Microsoft PowerPoint, which is the name of the application, obviously. Then all the way to the right is your minimize, restore, and close buttons. Okay, so pretty much similar. And then you have your ribbons. And again, ribbons, they are different, obviously, because this is a different application. You have File, which a lot of it is the same, as you can see. Then you have Home, and it has a bunch of different commands. I'm sure you guys can look through them, and we'll go over some of them in the next two chapters. A lot of them we will not get to. Then you have Inserts, Design, Transitions, Animations, Slideshow, Review, and View. We'll get to some of these as we go through this chapter and the next chapter. So, first and foremost, when you first open up PowerPoint, you open up in what's called Normal View. Normal View, on the left-hand side here, you have two tabs. It says Slides and Outlines. Slides is thumbnails of your slides, and then Outline will actually show you a written outline of all your slides. So we'll get to that again probably next chapter. So we don't have to worry too much about this Outline tab right now. Then right in the middle you have Slide View right here. All right, this is the big slide. This is basically what your slide is, what it's built on. And then right below that, you'll see a little section that says click to add notes. That's where the speaker can put in notes and things like that that the audience will not see. Only the speaker will see those notes. So it can come in handy when you're making a presentation just to make sure you put in exactly what you want to put in to the presentation. And that is the basic normal view when you first open it up, okay? And the slide layout when you open it up is basically a title slide, okay? And you will see two placeholders, what are called placeholders. These are these gray boxes that say click to add title, click to add subtitle. You see the little dotted lines, um, some call them dots, some call them hash marks, whatever. They're little gray boxes. If you want to get rid of one of these placeholders, let's say I want to get rid of the subtitle, if you go to the border and click on the border, you will see how first time I clicked on it, I get dashes and I get the little insertion point. That basically means it's ready to type in. But I actually want to get rid of it, so I want to click on it again. It becomes a solid line, and I just hit my delete key and it goes away. So that is the easiest way to get rid of a placeholder. I know a lot of people, a lot of students in the past have decided to right click and go cut, so it just cuts it, but deleting it is probably the best way to go. So to add a title, click in it and type in whatever you want. Now, one of the other things we're going to be doing here, as my computer is taking a little while, one of the other things I want to show you while we're here is designs. Okay, in PowerPoint 2010, there is a bunch of different design themes you can use. If you go up to the Design tab and click on that, and you will get your design themes that come up. Alright, and then if you move over to the right hand side of those themes, there's the More button, which you guys should all be familiar with at this point. And you click that, and you're going to get a bunch of different themes. And yes, my computer is, like I said, moving a little bit slow today, but we'll get through it. and you can kind of scroll down and look at all the different themes. And there's other themes you can download if you're on your own computer. Download from office.com or microsoft.com. All right, I'm going to use this nice purple one right here. Just click on it, and lo and behold, it gives me a nice theme. So now that theme is going to be on every slide I insert. So that's how to do a design theme, okay? Now, to insert a new slide, if I click back on home, it'll say new slide button right here. If you know what slide you want, you can click on the actual icon where the picture is, and it'll just give you a layout with a title and a single bulleted list. If you need to know or want to change a layout, you can click where it's the actual text that says new slide, and it'll give you a bunch of different options. Okay, we're just going to go to title and content, which is your title and a single bulleted list, and this is what you would get normally when you click on this icon. So you can put in a title, and I'm just going to do stuff. All right, that's my title. And then down here you have another placeholder. It says click to add text. You can also add, if you see this middle portion right here with all the little pictures on there, you can add a table, a chart, smart art, a picture, clip art, or a media clip being video or audio. So you can add that also just clicking those buttons instead of going to the insert tab. Okay. Now to add your bulleted list, you just click, and the bullet does not immediately show up until you start typing. So if I do point 1, let's say I'm making a point, so that would be point 1. I hit enter, it automatically goes down to the next bulleted list. Now if I want to go under that as in an outline and make a subpoint of point 1, this would be called demoting. I can hit the tab key and it'll automatically go in. So this would be a subpoint. I hit enter again and it'll automatically do the next one. So if I do another subpoint, I hit enter. If I want to promote or go back to the next level up, I do shift tab and it'll automatically go back, and I can do point 2. All right, that is promoting and demoting. Okay. Once you've done all this, and let's say you want to change layout because, hey, I want to add something else, you can always go up to where we were in the new slide. There is an option that says layout. If you click that, it gives you all the different layouts. So maybe you want to do the 2 content instead of the 1 content. All right, so I can click that, and it'll automatically change the layout of the slide. All right, that is again under the layout button. You have new slide, and then you have the layout button. Okay. So far we've covered choosing the design theme, talking about placeholders, adding a new slide, changing layout, promoting and demoting bulleted lists. Next thing I'm going to talk about real quick is arranging slides. Arranging slides is pretty easy in PowerPoint. So in other words, if I have a bunch of different slides here, I only have 2, but if I had a bunch of different slides and I'm looking at them saying, oh, I want to reorder them, I want to do this, I want to do that, you can do it in this view simply by going over here to this slide window, click and hold and drag up. It'll automatically reorder them for you. You can see that line. I'm going to drag the title one down. You can see that line right here. I'm pointing to it. That tells you where it's going to be. The other way of doing it is in what's called slide sorter view. And down here in the lower right hand corner you have your views. Okay, you have normal view, which is on, and then you have slide sorter view, you have reading view, and the last one is slideshow view. The slide sorter view is the second button there with the 4 squares. If you click that, basically it gives you thumbnail sketches of all of your slides, and basically all you have to do, same thing I just did, is just click and move it over. Because as I said, you can see that little line there. That tells you exactly where it's going to go. All right, and that's how easy it is to move slides. Okay, I'm going to go back to normal view. Last thing I'm going to talk about here, before actually 2 things I'm going to talk about. Transitions and animations. Transitions are between slides. Okay, so if you want to add a transition between slides, you click on transitions, and then as always you can click on the more button, and it gives you a bunch of different transitions that you can choose from. Okay, I'm not going to go through them. You guys can play around and figure out which ones you like, which ones you don't like. There is a purpose behind transitions. Sometimes it's for showing a time lapse, sometimes it's for showing a different location, things like that. So there is reasons behind transitions, but for now, if you guys are adding transitions, you can just have some fun. You can put a duration on those, you can apply it to all, you can advance it on time instead of on a mouse click. Just be forewarned if it's on time to make sure it's not a huge time amount. That's about all there is to that. Okay, and that's transitions, pretty easy. If I add one in, if I click on, let's say I click on fade, you'll notice over here on the left hand side, there's a little star there. It tells me that there is a transition added. Okay. And I'm going to go to my second slide. The other thing I'm going to show you here is animation. Everybody loves animations. If you click on animation, you need to actually select something. So I'm going to select point 1 here for animation. Click my more button down here, and it gives me all these fun animations. Okay. And again, I'm not going to go through these. You guys can have some fun. Let's see. Let's do a spin. Okay. If I do a spin, it'll show you point 1 is spinning. All right. Which is kind of cool. Alright, if you want to see the animation pane, you click here for the animation pane, and it will show you exactly what's going on here. Okay, where the animation is, how many seconds is, and all that stuff. If you want to delete it, you basically can right click and click remove, and it will go bye-bye. Okay, and that's how you get rid of animations that you've added onto something. Okay. So that's animations and transitions in a nutshell. The only other thing I really want to go over right now is printing. If you guys have to print a PowerPoint, whether it's in this class or another class, if you go to File and you go to Print, all right, basically this top stuff is all the same, the big print button, how many copies, the printer name. Then you have the settings. It says print all slides. If you want to only print a couple slides, you can name them right here. These next two buttons are the one, this next button is the one that I really want you to look at. It says full page slide. This means that you are going to print one slide per page. Most times you don't want to do that. So you want to click that button and you can see how there's a bunch of different options here. Normally we would do probably 6 slides per page, all right, or 9 slides per page. But just keep that in mind so when you're printing stuff in other classes, that kind of thing, you can save some paper. All right, if I do 6 slides per page, it'll show you exactly what it looks like. Obviously, I only have 2 slides, so there's only 2 slides showing. And then you'd click print, and basically I'd get those 2 little thumbnail images of the slides. So that is a quick little preview of PowerPoint. I don't think you guys really need to know anything else at this point that the book isn't going to cover in great detail. I just wanted to touch base on those few things, and that's about it. And I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Have a great